Good morning, guys. It is Thursday. We are live. It is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you're having a great day so far out there. Just got back from first show in a few weeks down at Salt Fork State Lodge in Southern Ohio. It was fantastic. Amazing audience. Staff at the lodge was fantastic. Big shout out to Jenny at the front desk, who was just amazing. So I had a great time. Got some video, and as soon as we get some pieces, I'll get them up for you in our Facebook group so you can see some of it. It was really great and felt so good to get back on stage again. And that place, if you've ever been there, that state park is gorgeous. And of course, you know, being the fall, all the colors of the leaves were changing. I did my morning meditation outside, which was incredible, you know? So if you ever get a chance, check it out. The hotel is just gorgeous. Salt Fork State Park. All right. Today, we've got some great stuff for you. We're going to talk about why you should never give up on your dreams. We're going to talk about how to deal with uncertainty in your relationship or relationships, and how to reprogram your mind. It's one of the things we talk about all the time. Our minds are being used against us. We've been programmed from the moment we're born. I mean, from the moment you're born, you're being programmed by your parents and your siblings, teachers, coaches, the media, the government, society at large. You know, we didn't choose our religion. We didn't choose our beliefs. They were ingrained into us. They were programmed. We were domesticated, just like the family pet. So knowing that and knowing how important it is to get into the subconscious and change those belief patterns, then you can transform your life literally overnight. It's an amazing, amazing thing. I want to get into the 4 agreements a little more as we go on towards the weekend. I'm not going to do it today, but I read a little more of the companion book, and I found some fantastic nuggets of gold in there that I want to share with you. If you haven't read the book yet, we're kind of doing a book club, I guess. But the 4 Agreements is an incredible read. This book will change your life. You can read it in an afternoon. It's not a thick book. It's only 100 and some pages, I believe. The book's incredible. And it's based on Toltec wisdom and the 4 agreements. If you can make these agreements with yourself, you can transform your life. And it really is powerful. And I talked about it in videos all last week, but if you've never read the book, grab a copy. I mean, obviously, I'm not making anything from this. Get your own copy on Amazon. Go get one from the library. But the 4 Agreements is a must read, in my opinion. It really is incredible. So let's just jump into it. I'm going to start with this. We're going to start with how to deal with uncertainty in your relationship. You know, a lot of questions that we receive, usually first question is always financial. You know, how do I manifest a new house? Or how do I get $1 million? You know, but the second is always love and relationships. When really love is the only thing there is. You know, we're always focused on so many other things. But I want to give you some tips on what to do when you're unsure about a relationship. You know, in our lives, we have learned by osmosis how to control most things. You know, we can control our bodies, we can control our work, we can control our weight. But relationships, that is something that is completely different. There is no way that we can control someone else's heart. And because of that, there's always a certain amount of uncertainty that comes with being in a relationship. Now, it's sad, but it's this uncertainty that causes a lot of people, and I was included in this, to put up walls and to push other people away. It's so much easier to do that than to face why they're unsure about a relationship. So they just shut down completely. Well, the reason for this, I think, because at our core, our need for certainty is a survival mechanism. And in uncertain states, we do what is necessary to protect ourselves and our hearts. But when we learn how to deal with uncertainty in our relationships, it's in this space that our ultimate spiritual growth starts to evolve. And this is where we can find so much more bliss and so much more joy. So, what causes uncertainty in relationships? Most uncertainty in relationships is definitely caused by fear, whether that fear is rational or not. You may fear being vulnerable with your partner. You may fear being rejected. Insecurity is another common form of fear that leads directly straight path to uncertainty. When someone is insecure, they may fear that their partner is cheating or no longer loves them, no matter how many reassurances they're given. Now, uncertainty can also cause or be caused by a lack of communication. Have you and your partner discussed what your shared future looks like? Are you aligned on your dreams and on your goals? Are you confident that you have similar values and similar beliefs that will ensure that the two of you grow together instead of growing apart? Comparing yourself to others is bound to cause uncertainty in relationships. You have to remember that you cannot compare yourself to anyone else, because in order to compare, you have to have two things that are equal. And no two people have the same deficiencies, the same strengths, the same past. It's just, it makes no sense. And especially nowadays, when you're starting to look at celebrities and social media, all you see is happy, smiling couples, right? Like this recent Gabby Petito case. If you watch their YouTube videos, their life looked amazing, you know? And that's because you're seeing it through the lens that they want you to see. You know, you start to think, wow, and you're looking at these other couples and you're thinking, oh, how could my relationship be better? You know, you have to be careful of falling into that trap. You know, somebody's selfie could have been taken over hours and, you know, 1,400 shots to get the perfect one. And it could be air. You don't know what's going on, right? If you want to know how to handle uncertainty in a relationship, just remember, no one is perfect. So stop comparing yourself to them or your ex or their ex or anyone else. Now, a lot of people want to know if uncertainty in a relationship is normal. And I mean, sometimes it is entirely normal. It could even be, I guess, exciting, but you wouldn't want to plan out every day down to the last second, right? So uncertainty that is only occasional is nothing to worry about. If you feel uncertain only after an argument or when you're in a state of fear or anger, it's likely that those emotions are causing your doubt. Now, uncertainty can also be one of those red flags. If you're feeling uncertain all the time, even when things are going well, there could definitely be something deeper going on. Certain relationship dynamics, like on again, off again relationships, or those that are really unequal, they're also unhealthy. So how do you use uncertainty in a relationship, right? Because everything has two sides. How do you use it to your advantage? How do you overcome that innate urge to self-protect whenever things are uncertain? How do we learn how to surrender control? Not to someone else, but surrender control to the universe and just trust and believe. What's the best way to learn how to deal with this? You do this one way, understanding. And from that, you'll start to see that everything starts to come into place. Finding, nurturing, and creating a relationship takes a little bit of work. There's a lot to learn and there's a lot to appreciate here. You have to look at the feelings, the needs, and the behaviors of not only yourself, but your partner. And then most importantly, you have to know how to use these understandings to best support you. Well, support you both, and of course, the relationship. So what can you do? Here are my tips. First, share your fears. If you want to protect yourself from feeling pain, if you want to, are you one of those people that give your partner the cold shoulder or hold back in the love department? When we are unsure about a relationship, a lot of times we engage in unhealthy behavior that pushes intimacy away. Becoming aware of your behavioral patterns makes it easier to recognize them next time they pop up. And it helps you achieve a more objective viewpoint whenever those pesky emotions take control. Recognizing your triggers, recognizing your patterns, that is the first step. Next, you have to share that information with your partner. Open up to them about what you need in order to release your inner withholding, and then you'll connect. Let your partner play a supportive role in helping you work through your fears and finding a new approach to any destructive patterns. Now, you may be surprised just how much more trust this creates. Communicating openly and not just talking, but really communicating with your partner, really listening to what they're saying instead of planning what you're going to say next, that can erode a lot of uncertainty in your relationship. The next thing you can do is give without getting. Learn to give without the promise of getting. The secret to living is giving. Learn to receive your greatest joy, your greatest bliss from seeing your partner fulfilled. Find out what drives them, what they're hungry for, what their goals are. Find out what their pains are. Don't be in a relationship just asking what you can get from your partner. Open up and give this person your love and honesty, and put aside your desire for getting something in return. Look, I'll give you an example. Look your partner in the eyes and ask them to explain what makes them feel loved. Honor and accept their answers as the truth, and don't attempt to change their needs to match yours. Remember, you love this person for who they are and not who you want them to be. When you fully accept them just the way they are, they will reward this with more openness and deeper levels of intimacy. Next, you can choose trust. Learn to choose trust. Learn to choose faith, even when you're unsure about the relationship. Stay, even when everything in you wants to run. No matter what, believing that your partner has only positive intent is key to how to handle uncertainty in a relationship. When you feel yourself reacting to your partner as if they're doing something to you, observe your reaction and trust their intention. Rather than reacting, open up and see what they need at that moment to feel loved. Focusing solely on their needs in the moment is one of your best options when it comes to how to deal with uncertainty. And it allows you to start this process of letting go. Next, never punish. Never punish. Why? Punishment is a form of control and a common reaction to uncertainty in relationships. When our partner treats us in a way we don't like, our immediate plan is to show them how much it hurts so they don't do it again. This results in punishment, like accusations, the silent treatment, withholding affection, or acting out in a way that's meant to hurt them in return. Punishment never works. What punishment does, it pushes the other person farther away, and it starts to creep into your mindset, and it starts to begin distrusting. That's what happens. The solution when we are hurting is not to lash out. It's not to punish. It's to understand how we deal with uncertainty in a relationship by practicing love and acceptance. Now, it seems counterintuitive, but when we show our partner that we still love them and we want to understand why they did what they did, we're taking another step towards deeper intimacy. Next, live consciously. Treat your partner as you yourself wants to be treated. Be the example of what you want in a partner. Step back and feel what your partner is feeling and be present in their pain. At the same time, recognize their unique needs. This is going to help you stay connected. This is going to help you increase the sense of fulfillment in your relationship. So instead of demanding from your partner, decide to go first in providing what they need. Discover what you must do for them to feel safe, being vulnerable and loved in your relationship. And when your partner is in trouble, is in distress, commit to listening with absolute compassion, with the sole goal of helping alleviate their suffering. Understand that uncertainty in relationships is not only normal, but it's an opportunity to rise to the challenge. And that challenge is trusting, and that challenge is letting go of the outcomes that you think would be best. When we try to control the moment, let that go, surrender that. You can wonder how to deal with uncertainty in relationships all day long, but the only thing you can control is you, is your actions, is your reactions, is your choices. That's what you can control. Embrace the power you do have to shape the dynamic of your relationships, and you will get one step closer to creating true peace. Powerful. Remember, we are live. It is 10:17 in the AM. If you have a question or a comment, drop it into the comment box down below. I will certainly get to it. I want to talk about this. It's so easy to just throw up your hands and give up. It's been years maybe since you've had the dream, since you thought you had a shot at achieving your dream. It's so important not to give up on those dreams. So I thought what I would do, we talk a little bit about empowerment. That's our favorite word in the community. We are the students of self-empowerment because it's the only way it works. You empower yourself. You start to make the transformation. The people around you see it. They are inspired. They begin to change. We change the world, but you got to start on yourself. That's why going out and trying to change and save everyone else never works until you have empowered yourself to be the best you can be. Life is difficult. I mean, this world is crazy right now, and it's changing all the time. For a lot of people, it feels like things are spinning out of control. When events beyond our control seem to be shaping our destiny, giving up on our dreams is tempting. But I promise you, now is the time when you need those dreams. You need them more than ever. No one starts out in life depressed. No one starts out in life defeated. Children are bursting with dreams. They're bursting with ambitions. But as we get older, as we get programmed, as we go through school, as we conform, life gets in the way. We develop beliefs that disempower us. We suffer failures. We suffer setbacks. But don't give up on your dreams yet. What makes people think about that? What makes people think about giving up on their dreams? I'll tell you one thing, it's common. I see it all the time, not just in clients, in people in my everyday life, in audience members that talk to me after programs, shows, and seminars. It happens to so many people. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, but as humans, we are imperfect, obviously. We give up on our dreams for all kinds of reasons. But none of these reasons is a real excuse to stop being you, your best you 2.0. Here's why some people fall prey to these limiting beliefs and they destroy us. First, they're afraid of failure. Many people operate their entire lives from a place of fear. Fear of failure is just one of the most common. When these people fail once, usually it's over. I'm not good at this. And they take a step away, accepting the failure. Others don't believe them. We aren't all fortunate enough to be surrounded by supportive friends, supportive family. Don't give up on your dreams just because other people tell you that it can't be done. Use that as fuel. It will fuel your hunger. It will make you work harder. This makes me think about Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey is one of the most successful people in the world. She's one of the most influential people in the world. And the idea that Oprah made it to where she is today, coming from the South, being the age that she was, from a low-income background, and the story she tells of her grandmother who was a maid, trying to teach her how to fold clothes, and you're going to have to do this one day because you're going to be a maid. She just knew that wasn't going to happen. There wasn't a possibility that was going to be her life. She didn't accept the programming. She didn't say yes to that agreement. And Oprah is now a major manifester. She can do it without doesn't need meditation, affirmation, visualization. She can do it because she understands how things work. Don't give up on your dreams just because other people tell you they can't be done. People give up on their dreams too because they get bored. Working towards your dream could be exhausting, but it shouldn't be boring. The truth is, if you're bored, your dreams don't inspire you. It's time to go back. It's time to examine your blueprint and see if the dream is even your dream anymore. Was it something created in childhood? Was it something someone else wanted for you? Ask yourself, am I working toward goals that I want? That's all. Because if it starts to be that it's for this person, for this or that, it's wrong. Because it needs to be for you. This next thing is just like a diet. And I've been on a lot of diets in my life. You get to that point where you plateau, right? Athletes, entrepreneurs, celebrities, every successful person hits a plateau at some point or more than one point in their lives. When you feel stuck in the quicksand of life, it's essential. You have to recognize plateaus are normal. I remember being on a diet and you hit that plateau and then you want to quit. You get on the scale. It's the same. Next week, it's the same. Then you start weighing every day. Same. The plateau is a killer because you just think, why am I doing this? But plateaus, you can break those. You can break that. A lot of people also, they crave certainty, like we just talked about. Certainty, the need to avoid pain, the need to experience pleasure is one of the most powerful of our needs. If you're thinking about giving up on your dreams, ask yourself if you're really just feeling a need to stay in your comfort zone. Because everything worthwhile in life, everything worthwhile that I have ever had in my life is just on the other side of that comfort zone, right on the other side of that line. So let me give you some reasons for not giving up. I told you the reasons people quit, but I want to tell you next that the reasons that people never give up. Here are the top reasons. Because that's just an easy way out. So easy to just let it go. It's more comfortable to just let your circumstances or let other people dictate your life. But you're never going to find fulfillment. You're never going to find enlightenment that way. So here are the top reasons. First, growth is essential to our human experience. If you're not growing, you're dying. Now, success in every area of your life is the goal, is the experiences you'll have along the way. Those are just as valuable, though, because you know why? They fulfill our human need for growth. Life and growth are what happen when we're chasing our dreams, when we're doing what we were put here to do. Another reason, you never know how close you are. I love this so much. You know, you plant something in the ground, you water it, you take care of it. You don't know how close that seed is to bursting through the soil. You just don't know. The smallest change can yield the biggest results. You're always just a few inches away from your next success. Your breakthrough could be right around the corner. Your breakthrough could be tomorrow, the next email, the next phone call. Don't give up on your dreams when you're so close. And stop thinking that you can't have it. If anybody's ever had it, you can have it too. Another reason, you're always going to wonder what could have been. My life regret is the biggest motivator. The idea at the end of my life, I would look back and I would regret all the things I didn't do, that I didn't try, that I didn't take the risk for. That's a huge fear for me. You know, we all know people with regrets, and no one wants to end up being them. They're the people who live in the past. They're always thinking about what might have been, what could have been, what should have been. And that's where you'll end up if you give up on your dreams. If you have nothing to look forward to, if you're not creating in the moment your destiny in the future, why would you want to live in the present? You're going to go in the past and try to find those times. When I was a kid, it was great. During my first marriage, it was great. I should have stayed with Bob, blah, 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 blah. You live in the past. That's no life. No life. Another reason, the reward is great. Nothing compares to the feeling you get when you finally create an extraordinary life. You will jump out of bed each morning with excitement. You'll have financial freedom. You'll have passionate relationships. You won't keep having the same relationship over and over and over and over again. You will live in a constant state of bliss. You will be in a constant state of abundance, and that is in every area that matters to you. All right, Brent, I hear you. But how do I do it? How do I stop giving up on my dreams? I want to so badly. Building the life of your dreams, it takes dedication. It takes focus. With hard work and the right plan, I promise you, you can overcome anything. Don't give up on your dreams. Do this instead. First, change your story. The only thing keeping you from what you want is the story that says you can't have it. That's a Tony Robbins quote. It's powerful. The only thing keeping you from what you want is your story about why you can't have it. Giving up on dreams isn't about the outside world. Remember our two worlds, inner world, outer world. Inner reality is always number one. Outer reality, the outer world, is always secondary. Everybody looks at it the other way. Everything out there is so important. Everything in here doesn't really matter. Dangerous to believe that. Giving up on dreams isn't about the outside world. It's about finding an unstoppable belief in yourself. It's about recognizing the limiting beliefs. And that's all they are. That is the thing that is literally tying you, holding you back. Changing your story will make such a big difference. Change your story so you feel empowered instead. Next, how about connecting to your purpose? When most people want to give up on their dreams, it isn't because they're lazy. It's not because they're bored. It's because they've set goals that they aren't truly passionate about. If you feel uninspired, don't give up. Discover your ultimate purpose in life and connect every action you take and decision you make back to that purpose. You'll reignite your inspiration. I think maybe tomorrow in the program, I'll talk about how to find your purpose in life. Because having said that, I'm sure some of you are thinking, well, I don't know what my purpose is. So tomorrow, we're going to talk about that, all right? Purpose in life. Next, turn obstacles into opportunities. The difference between success and failure is just perception. It's just your perspective. Successful people reframe challenges. They reframe them as opportunities. And then they learn from them. And what happens? They start to grow. They find the lesson in every failure and they apply it to their future decisions. That's how you stop making the same mistakes over and over again. When you discover who you are, it's so much easier to take the obstacle in front of you instead of blaming the world, the universe, God, everyone else for putting it there, but realizing that it's there as an opportunity. It's there to give you something to work on. It's there to give you a message. Life happens for you. It doesn't happen to you. Shift your mindset that way. Giving up on your dreams is no longer an option. That goes into your mindset. That is the way you think now. You can also make a strategy because it's easy to tell yourself, don't give up on your dreams. But it's much harder to turn willpower into action because, friends, willpower just by itself is not enough. If you want to achieve transformation, not just change, but transformation, you have to have an effective strategy. Take action today. Begin doing something small that starts leading you towards your dream. The next thing, the last thing, one of my favorites, is to celebrate. Celebrate your successes, even the small ones. You don't have to wait. You don't have to keep pushing off, the celebration. You can celebrate every step of the way if you want. Every day is a gift. Every day we accomplish something. Once you've made a strategy, make sure you're recognizing and you're celebrating all the steps, the smaller ones included, that lead you to that big goal. And like we always say here, be grateful. Practice gratitude for everything that you have now, and you'll get more to be grateful for. You'll attract positive energy, and that energy will hit you from the back and propel you towards your dreams. We are live 10:33 Thursday morning. If you have a question or comment, drop it into the comment section there. If you're watching this as a replay, we love you very much and we appreciate you watching. You can still drop your comment or your question. We see these, so I will make sure I cover it in another video. So if there's something you're having trouble with, that's why we are here. We are here to help you, okay? And finally, we want to talk about reprogramming your mind. And to do that, you just have to understand. You got to take control of your subconscious because that's the part of your mind that is keeping you from your joy. If you are not living the life that you've always wanted, or if you've just kind of settled in to status quo, if you've hit that plateau, you feel stuck in the quicksand of life, or that you haven't reached your full potential. As I sit here today, I tell you, it's not too late. You can reprogram your mind. You can reprogram it like you would a computer. But with your mind, you're reprogramming it for focus. You're reprogramming it for determination. Because you need both of those things. To create the life, you've got to design it. The architect of your life, you design that. The life that gives you fulfillment. The life that gives you joy. The life that gives you success and passion. Most of us have just a vague idea of what we think we deserve. When life veers away from that path we've set out for ourselves, we really become pissed, right? We become upset. Why is this happening to me? How many times have you said that? I can't even count the amount of times I've ever said that to myself. Thousands, I'm sure. It's discontent, and it can be so powerful. That can spur us. That can be the catalyst for change. But our subconscious mind can also work against us. So many of us end up turning our frustration and upset against ourselves. Grabbing a drink, sorry. I'm used to being on stage every night and my voice would hold up. But now it's, weeks between shows. And I'm doing these every day. So my voice, I've got to keep that thing in check. So I'm drinking some tea and lemon here. So many of us end up turning our frustration against ourselves. And what that does, it sabotages us, sabotages our potential success. By the way, do you know what sabotage, how that word came about? I believe it was Japan. The Japanese workers, they took off their sandals, which were called sabots, and they threw them into the machinery at this factory where they worked as protest. And so these sabots, this became sabotage. So that's where that word came from. There. So you get a little lesson today in the word sabotage. It's important to know what we really deserve, because if we don't, our subconscious works against us. We start thinking we deserve better, and we work a little harder for a few days, but we don't take action. We don't strive for lasting change or transformation. We just go right back to where we think that we belong, right where we think we belong in every area of our life, our finances, our career, our relationship, our health, just our general sense of well-being. What if you took active control? What if you learned how to reprogram your mind? I've spent 25 years teaching people just that. I've never done anything else. The human mind is the most sophisticated supercomputer ever invented. We're all born with one, but we never received the manual that tells us how it operates. So we're going through life using this sophisticated machine as a calculator and for menial tasks, when it could change the world if you would unlock your power. What if you were able to redirect your focus? What if you were able to create a masterpiece for your life? I can tell you there's only one key to success in any area of your life. And we talk about awareness. We talk about willpower. We talk about life force energy. You know where all of that comes from? The subconscious mind. The subconscious is your key to success. And you can reprogram it. If you want to live the life that you want, guess what? It's time. It's time to decide. It's time to commit. It's time to resolve that you're going to stick with it. It's not what we can do in life that makes the difference. It's what we will do. I could have been you ever hear that? I could have been a lawyer. It's not what you could have been. It's not what you can do. It's what you will do. There's no better time to take back control of your mind and set your sights on something better right now. The power of the mind is undeniable. And every day, it's my obsession. I studied this for 30 years. And every day I learn something else that blows me away. Cultivating that complete certainty, that deep belief in yourself, requires understanding how to leverage your subconscious mind programming. So for those of you who haven't watched a lot of the videos, or maybe you're new to the group, maybe you're wondering, what is the subconscious mind? Well, the subconscious is the part of our minds that makes decisions without our needing to think about them. It's different from conscious thinking, which encompasses the thoughts we know we're having at any given time. It's also different from the unconscious, which holds past events and experiences that we don't remember at all. Learning to play an instrument is a great example of how the subconscious mind works. First, you need to think about translating the sheet music, right? And moving your fingers to play each note. But as you practice, you find you can pick up any song and play it. The subconscious mind goes beyond learning new skills. It's involved in information processing. It affects everything that we think. It affects everything that we say. It affects everything that we do. It stores our beliefs. It stores our values. It determines our memories. It monitors all the information around us, deciding what to send to the conscious mind and what to store for later. It affects every moment of our lives. And most of us don't even know it. So how long does it take to reprogram your subconscious? It depends on how much work you want to put in there. On the average, 3 to 4 weeks, but it could take longer. The answer will depend on how deeply ingrained the behavior is that you want to change. It also depends on how deep your limiting beliefs are. Now, you can learn how to reprogram your mind for success with 3 steps. And those 3 steps will help you shift your mindset and will start pointing you in the right direction. Now, step number 1 is just to decide. The first step you need to take is to gain absolute clarity on what you want. Stop overthinking. Start focusing. Focus on your goals. What is the outcome that you want? What does an incredible, extraordinary life look like to you? Clarity is a superpower. The more thought you put into this, the more detail that you put out in front of you, the stronger and more powerful your vision will become. This creates a subconscious mind map, giving your brain the tools necessary to turn that vision into reality. You want to reprogram your mind? Consider an argument with your partner. When you're in a heated exchange with a loved one, we often lose track of the disagreement itself and focus on being heard, on getting the last word, on winning. You stop watching your tone and being gentle with your partner, and you begin treating them like your adversary. That's a really fast way to escalate any argument into something much worse. Instead, why don't you stop yourself? Why don't you say, why am I arguing in the first place? You aren't fighting to fight. You're disagreeing about something and you want a resolution. When you're distracted by winning, you lose track of the actual problem. Once you remember that, you can shift your focus back to resolving the original problem. And what starts to happen there? You reprogram your brain. You start effectively reprogramming. And you reprogram it to use its resources and produce outcome in that moment. Subconscious reprogramming starts with deciding what you want right now and in the future and focusing on it. Give your brain directions. Remember, where your focus goes, energy flows. What do you want? What do you want physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially? What do you want now in your life? Make the decision that you're not willing to settle anymore. You're not willing to live the way you're living now. Set your sights on what you want and begin reprogramming your brain. So the first step is just to decide. Step number 2 is commit. After you decide, the next step of subconscious reprogramming is committing. You got to rid your mind of fear. You have to banish self-doubt. How do you do it? By committing to it and letting that commitment drive you. Fear is one of the biggest traps that keep people from taking action. Now, we all have fears. Fear of rejection, fear of what others think of us, fear of failure, success, pain, fear of the unknown. If you don't do anything, that fear is going to remain exactly where it is as a roadblock, keeping you from your happiness, from your bliss. That roadblock will keep you from moving, and you will stay just behind it in a world of fear. You might not do any worse, but you also won't do any better. And that fear is always going to be present in the back of your mind, pushing you farther and farther away from any goals. The lack of action gives the negativity time to infiltrate and poison your thoughts. It's a good thing I didn't try. I never would have made it, right? When allowed to spread through your subconscious mind, this kind of negativity that's based on fear will seep into everything you think about yourself, everything that you do, and you won't even know it. The only way to deal with fear, the only way to reprogram your mind is to face it head on. You look it right in the eye and you take action in spite of it. Are you afraid of failure? Look at it this way. Failure is an education. If you do something and fail, you will know that it doesn't work. You'll know what doesn't work. You'll be able to take a more informed approach next time. You are still better off than where you were before. Excuse me. Reprogramming your brain means breaking through that negative chatter, those voices saying, I can't. Think of it the same way you would build muscles at the gym. Think of it as your neuro gym. It's the gym of your mind. At first, it's going to seem difficult. It's going to seem like work. But you start small. You do it every day. And gradually, you become stronger and stronger. And before long, it becomes an effortless habit. It becomes a belief pattern. It's now your truth and you live it. Commit to yourself. Commit to overcoming the negativity. Commit to a better life. When you fully commit, you take the scissors, you cut off any other possibility. You'll push yourself to the next level. You'll demand more of yourself than anyone else could ever expect. It's the true power of the subconscious mind programming. It's like Tony Robbins says, if you want to take the island, burn the boats. Burn the boats. Then that's it, right? It's powerful. So commit. And finally, resolve. Once you've decided on your path, once you've committed to that path fully, take inventory of the situation. What are your current actions getting you? Direct your mind towards assessing what is working and what isn't, and then make the shift. Resolve is about finding solutions to whatever may come your way. A critical part of finding resolve and effectively reprogramming your brain is flexibility. Tunnel vision forces limits. It puts you in a box. You'll miss out on opportunities and synchronicities and coincidences and alternate routes that could lead you to incredible benefits. You are never 100% in control. Has your life gone according to plan? Think about it. Probably not. The path you take is never a straight line. And that's why it is vital. It is mission critical to remain flexible along the way. Learning from mistakes and embracing failure, using negativity as a driving force for change. As long as you're making progress, you're going in the right direction, you're successful. When you reprogram your mind to focus on resolve, you develop the ability to change your approach to problems as required. Not all obstacles, not all hurdles or circumstances are the same. Each poses its own difficulties, and you can meet them head on. True power comes from within, and reprogramming your brain conditions you for success. Frustration becomes a gift because it means you're on the verge of a breakthrough. Failure becomes a lesson, counseling you on how to be better next time. Any roadblock in your way becomes an opportunity for you to pivot and for you to find new creative solutions. That is the power of your mind's dedication to resolve. So how do you know if it's working? Okay, I'm going to try all this. How do I know it's working? Subconscious mind programming is tricky. I do it a lot with my clients, my one-on-one coaching program. If it's something you're trying on your own, it can be tricky. By its very definition, you can't always tell what it's thinking, but there are ways to tell if your efforts to reprogram your mind are working. Are you becoming more self-aware? You must be aware of your subconscious mind in order to reprogram it. So are you getting better at stopping negative self-talk? Are you getting better at controlling your emotions? Are you able to shift your focus at will? If so, these are signs of self-awareness. Do you take more risks? Everyone has different risk tolerances, but limiting beliefs cause us not to take any risks at all. When you reprogram your mind, you'll increase your confidence and you'll be ready to get out of that comfort zone. Another great way to tell is you'll attract positivity. Whatever you consistently put your focus on, whatever you consistently think about with energy, focus, emotion, you move towards. That's the law of attraction. Reprogram your mind to think more positively can bring so many more positive things into your life. Powerful, right? So those are the three things I had for you today. I'm going to talk about how to find your passion tomorrow. I just had that idea while we were doing this, reading that. If you're wondering what your passion is, if you don't know, join me tomorrow because we're going to be discussing that. Also, I need some help. We have our YouTube channel, youtube.com/BrentWebbOfficial. Over 300 videos. We're trying to get this thing going. Our community, our Facebook community, all that we do, this is not a money-making proposition. This is all just here as tools to help people understand how to take control of their lives. Our YouTube channel needs more subscribers. If we hit 1,000, then we can start to monetize, which would be great, just to be able to break even on what we do. Hours and hours a day is spent by me, my staff, to put content out for you, putting together scripts, making content, videos, all that we do, blog posts, posts in the group. So you can help us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, by sharing it with your friends, by commenting on our videos. All of that helps us. Being able to monetize our YouTube channel would be a fantastic way for us to do even more. So if you'd like to help, subscribe. It's youtube.com/BrentWebbOfficial. And of course, you should belong to our Facebook community. That's probably where you're watching this video now. But if you don't, it's a fantastic group of like-minded people banded together and empowering themselves, empowering each other to transform their lives. Empowerment, self-empowerment is taking control of our lives, not blaming everyone else, letting go of crap that is holding us down, starting to re-examine our goals, seeing if we have to reset some of those goals, making the right choices. We change ourselves, we transform our lives, and in turn, the people around us get sucked into that vortex too. They get inspired and they change. And we change the world. That's how it works. Join us, facebook.com/groups/students of self-empowerment. It's facebook.com/groups/students of self-empowerment. Also, before we go, I am giving away 50 copies of my best-selling book, The Secrets of Mind Control. Of all the books that I've done, this has been the book that is the bestseller. It's been the one that everyone talks about. You have no idea how your mind is being used against you. You have no idea what fear and anxiety does and how it keeps you from situations that will empower you in life. This book will help you overcome these patterns. It will help you create new belief patterns. It will help you with a step-by-step approach. I cover phobias, fears, panic attacks, obsessions, worries, everything. I'm going to tell you what fear is, why you should face it, why you shouldn't avoid it. I'm going to give you techniques, tips, everything you need to start reducing stress, reducing anxiety, transforming your life by taking control of your mind. And when you take control of your mind, nobody can take control of it for you. And that's what's happening. I have a free copy for the first 50 people. If you'd like one, there's no purchase necessary. You just go to that website, brentwebb.com/free-book. You can download it from there. I'm going to give you a free copy. It's a fantastic book. So I want you to go take a look at it today. brentwebb.com/free/book. And finally, some people need a little extra. And that includes the most successful people in the world. The most successful people I've ever worked with. They have mentors. They have coaches. They understand that there are areas where some people have tremendous strength. Others are weak. Are you ready to live your best life? That's the question you have to ask yourself. If you are, I provide tools, the tools that you need to redefine your mind. And then you can create the space that is necessary to start making the shifts that matter in your life, that starts to transform every day so it's better than the one before. Now, I've spent 25 years touring this globe, performing live in front of millions and millions of people. And the one thing that is my trademark that I've been committed to my entire career are breakthroughs. And it doesn't matter if it's on stage in front of 5,000 people or one-on-one in my coaching business. Breakthroughs are what we're going for. And a breakthrough, I like to say it's a shift in what's being possible and what's possible just being a human being. And what we do in one-on-one coaching, we create the space where those breakthroughs can happen. Communication is important, and communication is my business. That's what I've done. I'm a communicator. I understand how to communicate in a way that you can understand. I also stand behind my material and the power of it, the power that it has to transform lives. I've seen it happen, not only in my own life, but I've seen it happen in thousands of clients, friends, family members, coaches, people all over the world. I like to call it a mindset reset. It's time to pause. Hit the pause button. Instead of hitting the snooze button on your life, hit the pause button for a second and see exactly where you are. Acknowledge where you are. I call this the 3 A's. This is something we talk about all the time in my Mind Power Secrets system, the 3 A's. First, you have to acknowledge exactly where you are now. Not the sanitized version you give to the neighbors, but the real version of where you are in your life. And from that, we can align your goals. We can align your objectives with what is important right now. Not what was important to you 20 years ago or 2 or 50. What's important now. And then we create the power. We create the energy that pushes them powerfully forward. We take your vision. We take your commitments. We invest them with new possibilities, and that creates the power. With that, we focus on your interests. Again, this is not a cookie cutter program. This is not a one-size-fits-all program. It is custom designed for each and every client. Some people want a breakthrough in this area. Some want it in another. Some want it in 2 or 3. Some people want to make an impact in this area, others here. So we accelerate what you are out to accomplish, not anyone else. We address what matters most to you. This program is unique. This program is dynamic. And I'll tell you, my one-on-one coaching methods, I promise you, direct immediate difference in realizing your goals. We do this virtually because now with technology, it's amazing. I can be anywhere in the world doing shows or seminars. You can be anywhere in the world. And once a week, we can meet for a 45-minute virtual session. Not only that, but each session is recorded and you receive the video copy. So you're able to go back. You're able to absorb knowledge that maybe you didn't pick up the first time. It's very powerful. It's dynamic. It's a one-on-one interchange. You can create long-term, short-term coaching relationships with me. And again, custom tailored for everyone. Not a cookie cutter program. It's delivered conveniently in these virtual sessions. And it's available now if you want to make a lasting change. For more information on my Mindset Reset, on my Mindset Coaching program, go to brentwebb.com. brentwebb.com. You can apply there. You can send me an email and ask for more information. This is not for everyone. This is an intensive course. We have to have a great connection. It's a one-on-one thing. It's powerful. If you'd like more information, just go to brentwebb.com, send me an email, click on one of the buttons there, and I will give you some more information. That's all I got for you today. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode. We'll also be covering a little bit more of those nuggets of gold I found in the 4 agreements that you're going to enjoy. I got a couple surprises for you, and I'm going to tell you how to find your passion. How about you go out today, do something, one thing, anything, small, medium, large size, anything that is towards your goals, working towards your goals. Do it. One little thing, and you're successful. Remember, don't worry, be happy, and feel fantastic. I will see you tomorrow.